So now let's go ahead and hash it up where we are supposed to hash and where we are not supposed to hash. Let's do what we're supposed to do. Let's okay, sorry. Let's change this. Okay, let's hash. Okay, now the first hashing type we need to do is this is our edge, right? Let's indicate our edge first. Our edge should be here. It's two. Let's use 1,000. Let's see what we have. Okay, let's do like this. Let's draw a line here, blocking this off. Right. Blocking this off also. Let's block them off because they are our block work. And let's block this off also. So now let's bring this inside. Right. And let's name it as our earth. Okay. So more or less like just a soil area. It is the ground floor in our foundation level. Right. So now let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Let's just give it that. So good to go. Now the next thing we need to do now is to give our hardcore the required design also. And then for our hardcore, we'll be needing, let's use this for our hardcore. Is it not too large? It's too, okay. Let's see if we can use something smaller. Let's see, it's still too large. Let's use 50. Okay, I think this is nice enough for our hardcore design, right? It's okay for our hardcore. Okay, that's that on that. And then we need to indicate our concrete area here, which is our oversized concrete, which is a plain concrete, right? Let's just look for a concrete, which is this concrete here, right? Okay, let's use 100. Okay, let's go ahead with 100 and see. 100 is too large. Let's see if 25 will work out. 25. Just trying to change the. It's okay. I think this is nice. Okay. Now here also will be concrete area since it's a lintel area here. Okay. And then we are good to go. Yes, we are good to go. And then for our block work, we need to indicate that also. We need to indicate our block works also. So let's just go ahead and select a nice design for our block work. Let's use this. Let's see this. It's 25 going to be okay. No, it's too small. Let's use 100 and see. No. Let's try 200. Is that what we're even supposed to use? This is what we're supposed to use. Yeah, this one. 200 is too small. Let's try 500 and see. Let's try it here. No. Let's use 1000. Okay, I think 1000 is okay. Yeah, 1000 is okay. So now for our block works, we'll be doing that also. Having block here, having a block here, block here, block here, here, and then here, and then you are good to go, right? And if you wish, you can also just give this a solid color, which is your ifs, just similarly how we did with our elevations here, that we shaded our ifs here, right? So you can just do the same thing as this also. but I won't be doing that since it's not necessary. So now this is our XX section, our section XX, and then we can just go ahead and create for our YY also, right? So let's just clear this, it's not needed anymore. Let's clear this out, we are not needing it anymore. And then the next, we also don't need this one end again, we don't need this anymore. Now the next one we need to focus on now, here is also not needed. Okay, sorry, here is our section YY. Now we need to focus now on our section YY, right? Just the same procedures we've done earlier for our XS. So let's just go ahead and rotate this. Let's rotate, right? Let's rotate. Okay. Let's do the same thing for our roof here also. Then go ahead and rotate. Oh, sorry. Earlier I said since our roof is not cutting across everything upwards, right? We just need to change it here. So now let's end it here. Let's end our section area here. Just need to end it here, right? We should have done that earlier. It was my mistake. So since it was not sectioned completely, the roof area was not sectioned, was not completely sectioned, right? So what we just need to do, let's extend this. Okay, let's extend, right? Okay, let's extend it here like this. All right. Okay. So now let's trim out all this. All these are not expected to be here. Are not expected to be here since it is not sectioned, right? Since it is not sectioned, we're not expected to be like this. So we are just to be having something of this nature. Okay, I like this. And delete them out. Okay, so this is what we are left with. And then here now we can just design this area as our normal roof. Right? We should have done that earlier, it was my mistake. So this area here now, let's just give it a boundary and design it as our normal roof area. Right, okay. We're having this center. Right, and now let's offset it. 50. Okay. So now let's design it as our roof area actually. HA or hatch. Now let's do this and then let's get this. Right. Okay. Sorry. Why am I always making the same mistake continuously? Okay. So now we're having this. So this is just basically how the roof is going to look like for this area here, right? Since we said previously that where do we even, I think around somewhere around here, right? We sectioned around here, somewhere around here, right? And we said the section here, the rest of the roof part will be treated as a complete roof, right? While here is the section area, that's where we'll be treating. So now let's go ahead and do the same thing for this also. Let's copy this, right? And copy from this end here to this end, right? Okay. So let's move it inwards, the distance of 600 because of the okay. So now similarly to this also, this section of the roof here will be treated as normal section and here will be treated as a normal complete roof, right? So let us just go ahead and do that. All right. Okay, let's trim this out. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and then delete this out since it's not needed. Now you should notice here now you are cutting across windows, right? You're cutting across windows. So we'll still be needing that windows. Then let us delete them. Now once we cut across here, we are seeing this wall, we are seeing this window, we are cutting across a wall here, we are seeing this window also. Exactly the same thing we'll be doing now. Right? Okay. So now let's just go ahead and do the same thing. Okay. So now let's copy. Right? Let's copy. Place it there. Similarly here also, let's do the same thing here. We're having a window here, right? Okay, let's do the same thing for here also. Let's bring our wall in, and here also let's do the same thing, and then here also. Okay, and we are good to go. Right? Okay, now let's draw our line here. Oh, that's not a straight line. Okay, straight. Okay, now let's trim it out. Let's trim this side out. Okay, and then let's copy. We're having 3,000, right? And then 2,100. Okay, and then let's go ahead and bring this our windows down, right? Since they're not needed here anymore, we are needing them in our section area now. Okay, so let's just go ahead and bring them down here. This is cutting across a window area, right? Okay, and then let's go ahead and bring in our complete windows. Copy, right? Okay, let's bring this here also, right? Okay, and then we can just erase this off. We don't need them anymore. Okay, so now let's trim out our point here, and then let's give them the boundary of these areas here. Then let's trim this out. Okay, so now let's get our lintel, our section windows here also. Let's copy it up to 30. Right? Okay, good to go. These here are just basically our walls, right? Okay, let's just trim this out. See what we are having. Okay, and this is what we have for this section area now, right? So now what we just need to do now is we just need to come here and copy some of what we've done here earlier. Let's just go ahead and we just need to edit them. Let's do this also, the line, the lines, right? Here also, let's copy it. Let's copy this also. And then this curve, right? This arc. Okay, let's start from there. Let's copy this and then bring it here. All right. Okay.